The main event here is family view. This is the main event because we've been hearing a lot regarding this capability, a lot of requests from our customers, from our community. And the reason is completely, of course, it makes sense, in my opinion, that we so far only provided you with the ability to upload files or look up hashes, or alternatively also scan endpoints to get input from our system. So by uploading a file, by looking up a hash, you can get classifications, but you don't have additional ways of accessing the system, of getting information. So if you don't have a hash, or if we don't have the hash, or if you don't have the file sample, you won't be able to use Intezer Analyze, and that's a shame. So since we have all of this information about threat actors and malware families, we now added the capability to search freely by name of any family, any actor, and find relevant information about that, about those families. So you are now able to look for any family or actor, browse all of the relevant analyses classified as this actor, download the samples if you're an enterprise user, and find additional IOCs in the samples themselves. So let me show you a few examples, and the feature should be available now in a beta version. So important emphasis, this feature and the next feature I'm going to show are in beta. So if there are any issues, any bugs, that's possible, please let us know at contact@intezer.com or at support@intezer.com. You can also report analysis if you haven't seen in any analysis that you want. So just click report and it gets directly to us. So now you have the following. You can upload a file here, search a hash, search by malware family, and search a string. I'll show you that next. So let's choose to start with Mirai. So I search for Mirai. Currently, the search is quite exact. It's not a fuzzy search yet, so please look for the relevant name, or if it has any synonyms, that should work also. You get all of the information here about the threat and relevant, the relevant references, etc. Similar to what happens when you click on the family when you analyze a file, and you get all of the relevant samples with their name, their first seen date, so when they have first been uploaded. This is how the list is sorted. Any free text label that we might have. This is usually relevant for more of threat actors, labeling the specific tools that they use. I'll show you that in a minute. And the file type. So you have native Linux, you have ARM files, which are non-native, and you can get to any of the analyses. Let's click on one for an example. So you see Mirai here, and you can get all the relevant information on each analysis. You can jump to VirusTotal if you want, and if you're an enterprise user, you can also download the file themselves. So Mirai is a specific malware family. Let's look at more of an actor. So Turla is a Russian-backed malware group or threat actor. Here again, you get all of the information. So if there is a group that you know is targeting you, or a group that you want to research, I think this is a very interesting place to start. So you can join our community and start looking for interesting examples based on code reuse. Here you have an example of how labels come into play. So you have this Trula sample, but specifically it's like Neuron or Comrade, or this one, which is harder to pronounce, Ouroboros, but you can click, you can reanalyze if the analysis is expired. This can happen after an analysis hasn't been analyzed in the past 6 months. This is, of course, because we want to give you the latest, most relevant information from our database. So while this is analyzing, what you should see is a Turla sample with the label of Ouroboros based on this analysis. Here we go. So you have the label, you have the classification to Turla, a lot of genes. This is why it took about 5-7 seconds rather than 2. So it depends on the amount of genes, of course. And lastly, let's look at another actor, APT3. And again, you can search for whichever family you want. If you don't find it, also, you can send us an email, tweet at us, whatever you want, and we'll see what the issue is. Either we don't have that family, or maybe we call it by a different name. So here again, you get all the relevant information. Here, all of the samples are native windows, and mostly PRP, one of the tools used by APT3. This is the Chinese actor, and again, you get all of the information, the family, the file name, first scene, label, file type, SHA, and virus total link and download. So again, feel free, you just click on scan file. We might need to change this. Search malware family and choose any family or threat actor name that you want, and happy hunting.